Hello, 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 hello. It is September 10th. We're in the glorious edifice, the Howland Cultural Center. I want to thank the board, Florence Northcott, Craig Wolf, Don DeVier, Anda Lieberman, and I said Tom DeVier, didn't I? Yes, and for their splendiferous efforts to keep this place smoking. And of course, there's General Howland, who gave it to the community under the caveat, if you mess this up, it goes back to the family. So they've been doing quite nicely, perpetuating art in this community, in this glorious hall, which I think is the jewel of the Hudson Valley, frankly. Today is September 10th. Tomorrow is the 20th anniversary of the Twin Towers going down. I personally think we did it, but that doesn't mean I'm not about to ask you for a moment of silence to honor all of those people who perished. Everyone lost someone they know. Ingrid was in my building. She landed up with 80% body burns. And thank God she passed. I can't imagine surviving that type of wreckage on your mainframe. But so many people. And then the lying that it was safe to go back. I remember 6 days after, when there was a north wind in my apartments on 86th Street in Central Park West. And I'm going, it felt like an electrical fire. And then I started smelling concrete, and I had the aha, and I immediately locked all my windows. That was 7 days later. We tampered with the forensic site. The phthalimite crystallization and everything was everywhere, which is only a weapons-grade material explosive, is only issued to the Army. Jet fuel burns at something like 1,700 degrees. It takes 2,800 some odd degrees to melt steel, iron. Firemen, professionals were there, said they saw molten flows, like lava flows in the center of the building. Satellite photographs were showing hot spots in the ground, still burning. Anyway, let's have a moment. Thank you. Rumsfeld, Wolfowitz, Cheney, 3 scumbags, war criminals. We subsequently took down 7 countries under the lie of weapons of mass destruction. Opened up this fiasco in the Middle East by taking out our ally, Saddam Hussein, who kept Iran neutral, Syria quiet, bought all the munitions we could possibly sell him, and sell us all the oil from the cleanest deposit in the world that we could possibly drink. Why the hell would we take him out? To have, ladies and gentlemen, exactly what we have today, 20 years later. With that, don't you ever forget, recognizing the power of the word as an instrument to promote and protect democracy, as well as our moral responsibility to promote and protect literacy and moral rectitude, in accordance and support of our most precious Constitution. We pledge that we, as citizens of these United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Swear to promote and protect what has been ordained and established as our Constitution for the United States of America, and as such, offer proof of our witness to the power of the Word through the offerings of our work in order to not only document for all conscious souls to experience, but leave an ongoing legacy for our actions or the actions of the future, and as such, recognize this moment as sacred for the next 7 generations. The political correctness now forcing us into a devolved consciousness of moving around at the lowest common denominator is an obscenity in its growing roots. You must maintain your mind. The individuality of your mind is identical as we are as pods, whether black, white, red, yellow, or whatever your sex is, or your emotional state of searching your proclivity. It makes no difference, we're identical. But we all have our own mind. And what we have to ultimately do is coalesce group mind and change the dynamic of the world. Simply put, if you don't like the way the world is, change the way you think. Quantum physicists will inevitably prove through all their head-banging equations, this is nothing more than consciousness. And when you talk about the aspect within quantum theory of entanglement, how splitting a photon, regardless how far apart, how you affect one affects the other, because there's zero between. It's the same thing in the context of extrasensory perception, sensory perception, though the word extra seems to be incongruous to reality, because these are gifts we have, including telekinetic power. The thing that stops us from succeeding is the noise. And we have to figure out how to get rid of that noise, as in Buddhist and Hindu tradition. Be the Game Boy. Write the game. And live your life through goodness and synergy.